Welcome, students, to another episode of Manhood Academy Podcasting. It looks like somebody has to get a real job because they lost their temporary ninja job. Oh, okay, let's see here. Let's get this show rolling down the hill. We're on Fort Stronghold's EM report. Oops, what am I on here? Is this anything I need to worry about? A-Team, I think we took care of that yesterday. Fort Stronghold. Fort Delusional. Fort does not listen. Let's get this rolling. Okie dokie. Last week, I went out on a date with that girl. We had lunch together, and this interaction went surprisingly well. What's that mean, this interaction went surprisingly well? Zenek?
I want to say he got lucky.
What's that mean, this interaction went surprisingly well, Boggles?
It went better than he expected.
Can't hear you, what?
It went better than he expected.
Went better than he expected. I'm going to go with, he thought it went well, but I have no idea how it went because it sounds like it didn't go well from his report.
Okay.
But possibly, you might be right, but just because he has no idea what he's doing, it leads me to believe that this is a delusional diagnosis. I took control over the conversation.
He didn't get amazed, so he decided went well.
From beginning to end, and decided to talk about it, and was fun. What does it mean when you take control, by the way?
You dictate where the conversation goes. You lead the conversation.
Do you have to know where it goes to take control of it?
Huh?
You have to know where the conversation is going to take control of it?
Yeah.
Well, let's see if Pillow Fort knows where he's going. I could tell she was enjoying herself because she was contributing to my conversation with much enthusiasm and excitement. It was definitely one of those most enjoyable dates I've been on. At the end of the lunch, I arranged to see her again over the weekend, but this time I was going to her city, on the coast around 90 minutes away. So we met for another date, and initially it went quite good. Her city is unfamiliar, blah, blah, blah. But after that, it got a little boring between us because I failed to take the lead, and the problem was with me. I was in an unfamiliar city. Oh, no. The cities affect your ability to lead? Is that how that works?
No.
It does for Pillow Fort.
For Pillow Fort, it seems like. I relied on her to know what to do, but that's my job, so we ran out of things to do. Got bored, so I took her home. Is that how dates go? You're basically going out to look for things to do?
No. You are the thing.
Sounds like bros hanging out. It's like, hey, bro, let's go play lacrosse. Oh, we're done playing lacrosse. We got nothing else to do. Okay, bro, I guess it's time to go home. Boggles, what can you do on a date besides play lacrosse?
Talk, share, convey your
Oh,
thoughts.
you can talk and share. Hey, Zenek, what else can you do on a date besides talk and share your thoughts?
Basically anything.
Yeah, that's a great answer. That is a terrible answer.
Fantastic.
Shy Willie, what else can you do on a date besides talk and hang out and high-five each other?
Go for a walk on the beach.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, DVP, what else can you do besides talk and walk and go on the beach and hang out with each other?
Anything you want.
That's cool. Hey, Shy Guy, what else can you do besides anything you want? Walk on the beach, talk to each other, and high-five each other.
Get your expectations met.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, Tim Will, what else can you do besides get your expectations met, talk, do anything, walk on the beach? What else can you do, Tim Will? Tim Will?
Go to a coffee shop.
Motherfucker. Hey, Academic One, are you there?
Yep.
Hey, what else can you do besides talk, do anything you want, get your expectations met, go to a coffee shop, and hang out and high-five each other on a date? What else can you do?
Get physical.
Hey, Paperclip, what else can you do? You could get physical, you could go talk, walk, get your expectations met in a coffee shop. What else can you do, bro, on a date?
You can also do some push-ups with her.
Yeah, you can do some push-ups with her. Do some push-ups. Get some push-ups going, right?
Yeah, get in shape.
You can get in shape, right? Are people getting in shape on this date?
No.
What kind of fucking date is this? We run out of stuff to do, so we're not doing push-ups. What's that about? Sounds like there's not a lot of fingering, not a lot of kissing, not a lot of anything going on this date. I mean, if I had to go to Manhood Academy students for advice on how to get a date, I don't know. I think I'd be dateless. Big L, what do you usually do on a date? What's a good thing to do on a date?
Ride bikes.
Ride bikes. Sweet. Remind me never to ask you guys for advice on what to do on a date.
Take her to a hotel room.
Yeah, take her to a hotel room and look at the furniture.
Take her to the back alley.
take her to back alley. But after it got a little boring because I failed to take the lead, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so now I don't know what to do next. What could he do next on his next date? If he had a next date, which will probably never happen with this chick. DBP, what could he have done next?
It doesn't matter what he does next.
Zenik, what could he have done next besides nothing mattering? What he did, what he was doing next?
I have no idea.
Big Al, what could he do next? On his next date. That'll not happen with this chick.
I have no clue.
Boggles, what can he do next on his next date? This isn't gonna happen.
He can lead her, share his thoughts and
Hey,
reactions.
Paperclip, what can he do next on this date?
He can continue talking to her.
Hey, Shy Guy, what can he do next on this date?
I have no idea.
Academic One, what can he do next on this date?
He can show up with an actual direction in mind so he knows where he's taking her.
Motherfucker, hold on a second. Let me try an experiment here. So I'm gonna go to Google and type up hot chick.
Hot chick.
Hot chick.
Oh, we did that once.
Then I go to here, I click on images.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there's a lot of graphic pictures here. Hold on.
Whoa.
Sorry for people watching. Sorry for people on the NoFap challenge, but I have to do an experiment here to get to the point. Okay. So you're on a date with this chick. You're just hanging out. So, Shy Guy, what do you want to do with this chick when you're hanging out with her? You want to talk about your expectations, or you want to go to the beach? What do you want to do, bro?
I want to take her to my bedroom and fuck her brains out.
Well, I just asked you that. This was a very shocking answer because your other answer was, to high five her and talk to her and tell her about your expectations and blah, blah, blah. I mean,
not in this case.
Oh, it's a different case now? It's a different things are happening? Zenik, what are you going to do to this girl? What do you want to do to this girl, Zenik?
If I felt like I knew, I probably wouldn't be here.
If you felt like you knew her, you probably wouldn't be here?
No, I said if I felt like I knew what to do, I probably wouldn't be here.
So you have no idea. You just look at this chick and think, oh, cool. Good tan.
Yeah.
Nice bikini. Cool. Timbo, what do you want to do, bro?
Take it to my bedroom. Fuck the shit out of her.
Yeah, fuck the shit out of her. This is like such a simple answer. And it seems like it's so complex. Seems like dating is like building a fucking Eiffel Tower. What do you do, bro? What do you do? Yeah, the simple answer is you try to fuck the shit out of her. So if you have that in mind, well, you have an ultimate goal of like a relationship, you might say. But in the interim, to even get to the relationship, you have other things. You have hand-holding, you have making out. You have something to get to the indication that, hey, eventually I want to get to a romantic relationship with this person. I'm not there to play. Here, he's playing chess. So I met her for another date. Initially it went good. Her city is unfamiliar to me, so she showed me around, took me to her favorite coffee shop, and we played the little chess. Are you dating girls to play chess with him?
No.
You can play chess with Zenik, alright? You don't have to worry about anything. Zenik wants to play chess. When you're with a chick, yes, you can play chess, but ultimately your goal is not to play chess. So if you run out of things, you're missing the whole point of the date. Think of why you want to even date this girl in the first place. That should give you a clue as to what your expectation should be. It is not to play chess. It is not to think of cool things to do. Boggles.
Yeah.
Aren't you dating some chick?
Yeah.
Are you trying to play chess with her?
No, I'm trying to take her to a hotel room.
Why are you trying to take her to the hotel room? To show her around a hotel?
To feel her vagina.
Yeah, to feel her vagina! Exactly! It's a hotel room vagina. So you know the point of your date. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes.
Yes. This is the point of dating. If you do not have a direction, there's nothing to control. There's nothing to lead towards. You have to know where you're going. Zenik, when you're talking to Tim Will, what's your plans with Tim Will?
Hotel room.
Hotel room? What's your plans with Tim Will?
Plans would be to become friends.
Yeah, so you know what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so. Motherfucker. Big L,
Yeah?
what's your plan when you're talking to Shy Willie?
Shy Willie?
Yeah.
I'm going to build a pretense
You're building a
Right,
pretext.
for
Great.
example.
Shy Guy, what's your plan
Fuck.
when you're talking to DBP?
To
Uh-huh.
just express myself.
Express
my
yourself.
reaction.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Academic One, what's your plan when you're talking to Paperclip?
Just to get to know him. Convey
Just to
my
get
person.
to know him. Convey your person, yeah. Paperclip, What's your plan when you're talking to Boggles?
To become friends.
Yeah, to buddies, right? So what are you trying to do? So what do you have to do?
I have to share my thoughts, my feelings, and have him share his thoughts and feelings.
So then you're trying to form a what?
A friendship.
Yeah, or relationship. More specifically, we call a friendship. We're saying it's not a romantic relationship. But the point is, you're trying to form a relationship with him. So you know what you're doing, right?
Yes.
So you know how to get there, right? Because you know how to control the situation. Controlling means you know where you're going. You have something to control towards. If you have nothing to control towards, if you have no direction you're heading, are you in control?
No.
No, because who the fuck cares where you're going? If your destination is Vegas, but you don't know that, and you're just, hey, let's go left.
To Montana.
Hey, let's go right. Okay, let's stop here. Okay, let's turn around in a circle. Okay, let's go forwards. Okay, now let's drive backwards. And now you're in San Diego. Are you in control of anything, BZS?
No, not at all.
Well, you're telling people where to go.
Actually, I didn't really hear what you said, so I wasn't paying attention.
So you just answer questions, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. Tim Will.
Yeah.
I say, let's go left. We all go left. I go, let's go right. Let's stop. Let's back up. Now we're in Fresno. We're millions of miles away. Am I in control?
No.
I'm telling everybody where to go.
You have no direction.
No direction, so it doesn't matter. There's no control if I have no idea where I'm going.
Well, no proper end goal. You have
No
direction,
proper end goal.
You have an end goal. You want to go to Vegas.
Yes, but if I can't get there, I don't know that I'm going to Vegas.
You just don't know how to get there.
If I'm just doing things just for the sake of, if I'm saying turn left, just for the sake of turn left, am I ever going to get there? I have no idea where I'm going. What's the point of saying going left? What's the point of saying going right? Why do people say go right, go left when they give directions in a car?
They know where they're going.
Yeah, because they know where the fuck they're going. They have a destination in mind. That's the whole reason they're taking control of the direction, right? If you're the only guy who knows how to get to Carl's Jr., and you tell them go left here, go right here, okay, turn right here, it's up ahead, 200 feet. What does that imply when you're giving all those directions out?
That you know where you're going.
You know where you're going, exactly. You know, one time when Boggles was here, he just starts driving. He goes right, turns left, turns right. And then he says, hey, where are we going, bro?
I don't know.
What is the point of driving if you have no fucking clue where you're going?
Figure it out on the way method.
Yeah, figure it out on the way method while you're 200
I know
200 miles the opposite direction of where we need to go.
Like, whoops.
You need to know your destination before you even start, so you have something to control towards. This is why you have expectations. If you just go out and go, hey, I'm going to practice social interaction. I'm going to practice talking.
Okay.
So you, shy guy, get together with Shy Willie, and you're like, I'm going to practice talking. What are you going to talk about?
Talk about how we don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, you're just going to talk about talking and what you don't know how to do, and you're going to talk about atoms, and then you're going to talk about eating eggs today, and then you're going to talk about looking in the sky, then you're going to talk about your shirt, what color it is. What's being accomplished?
Not much.
Well, he's talking. Aren't they forming a relationship?
No.
But he's talking. He's taking control. Hey, bro, we're going to talk about my shirt.
But there's no... You're liking a two-way conversation.
There's no direction. He has no idea where he's going, so he doesn't know how to lead because there's no direction to lead and he has no expectation to travel towards.
Actually, I'm still confused in the friendship direction. Like, what do I talk about to make a good
Motherfucker,
friendship?
Boggles. I don't want to talk to you anymore. Okay, let's get back
Like,
to...
with a girl, I know I want to, like, talk to her. With a guy,
You talk about them. What do you want to know about them?
Somebody has to help Boggles after class because I don't want to deal with Boggles' question. Now, I don't know what to do next. The whole thing feels like a tug of war. Tug of war against what? Where is he tugging against? He has to know where he's tugging before he can even have a tug of war. And last week, I was winning. Winning what? Last week, if he's winning, it implies what, Tim Will?
There was some sort of game or battle or something.
If he is winning a paperclip, what does that imply?
That he should be winning now. Or that... Well, if he was winning
Academic
last week,
1,
that
if he
means-
was winning last week, what does that imply?
he was banging 7-gram rocks.
He was what?
Never mind.
Yeah, never mind. Zenik, if he was winning last week, what does that imply?
It implies that he knew what he was doing last week.
It
Or at
implies
least he
what?
thought he knew what he was doing.
Big L, if he was winning last week, what does that imply?
It implies that he's trying to one-up the girl.
Shy Willie, if he was winning last week, what does that imply?
It implies that he was hooking up with her or doing something
Yes, but what?
sexual with her.
Okay, so what does that imply then? If he's winning, what does that imply, DBP?
He knew where he was going and he was getting his expectations.
Yeah, he was going towards something.
Yeah.
He had a goal to win the game. He had a direction. If he's winning, that means he's doing something. He knows what he wants to do. So how does he suddenly stop winning on this date?
He doesn't know where he's going. Well, he never knew what he was doing.
Right, so what do we know about his last date when he said, I'm winning?
Delusional. He wasn't winning.
He's
He didn't know where he was
delusional.
going.
He has no fucking clue what he's doing. How does he know what he's winning? He's winning if his goal is to play chess. If his goal is to, just to meet her. Just for the sake of looking at her face. That is not winning anything.
That's losing.
That's losing. It's like saying your goal is to go out and get a phone number, and then you get a phone number. Yay, I won. Well, good for you. You got a phone number. Now what? Oh no, I just wanted to get the phone number. That's it. Now I'm going to throw it away. I'm going to burn it. Is your goal to get a phone number?
No.
All these little things are a means. Talking to her, getting her phone number, etc. These are all means to an end. You must know where the end is before you can even talk about the means to get there. You must know where the end is. You must know what your expectation is before you can punish and reward to meet that expectation. How do you know how to punish if you don't know what your expectation is, Zenik?
You can't punish.
You
if don't know
can't.
what your expectation
Should he
is.
just punch her in the face? Should he just kiss her? Should he tell her nice job? For what? He has no idea where he's going. How can he talk about winning his last date when he doesn't even know what winning is? He has no end expectation in sight. I think we already solved the problem here, but let's go further. Let's go further down this Heart of Darkness river. Up until now, every single girlfriend I have ever had started out as some stranger I just hooked up with at a party. Well, at least when he was blind drunk, he knew one thing, Paperclip. What did he know when he was blind drunk at a party? Paperclipper.
I'm rereading the sentence.
Don't read the sentence. Pay attention to me. What did he at least know when he was blind drunk at a party?
That he wanted to hook up with a girl.
Yes. And not, since people here are uneducated, what does hook up mean?
That he wanted to make out with a girl, or kiss a girl.
Zenik, when he was at a party, blind drunk, and he wanted to hook up with a girl, what did he want to at least know?
He knew that he wanted to have sex.
Yeah, he wanted to have sex. He was horny. He did not want to make out with a girl. He wanted to make out with a girl to have sex with a girl. His goal was not to make out. Ultimately, his goal was to get his sexual need met. Does this make sense to everybody?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
How do you make an expectation, BZS? We need to find a goal, bro. How do we make an expectation? Shy
You
guy?
state it.
What's
You have
that?
to state your expectation.
Yeah, you just state it. Academic one. How do we find an expectation? We just magically make one?
No, functional expectations are based on our needs.
Oh, could you tell Super Shy Guy that? Because he didn't know that.
Yeah, functional expectations are based on needs.
You better address him as Super Shy Guy, because otherwise he won't know what you're talking to him.
Super shy guy. Yeah. Functional expectations are based on needs.
Alright, I'm going to ask you a trick question, Super Shy Guy.
Alright.
You need to think of an expectation, bro. I don't know where you're going to get it from if you're going to go to the expectation store to get it, but you need to think of one. What's the best way to make an expectation?
You look at your needs,
Oh,
and then you
yes.
base your expectation on your needs.
Yeah, exactly. What's one of your needs, bro?
Eating, like being hungry.
You're hungry, right? You need some food. So what do you think one of your expectations is going to be throughout the day or throughout your life?
To get food and eat it.
Yeah, to get food somehow, to work,
Right.
to earn money, right? To pick up more cardio kickboxing jobs at your gym, to pick up more Burger King jobs, to pick up more stockbroker jobs, to get some money so you can eat, right?
Right.
You're going to figure out some means to get to your end, which is to meet your need, your expectation.
Right.
Your expectation is based on your need. If you don't know where you're going, what's the best thing to do, Zenik?
Look at your needs and then try and make a direction based upon how to meet them.
Yes. If you don't know where you're going, Tim Will, what's the best thing to do to find out where you're going? Where's your magical compass at?
You look at your needs
Yeah, you look at your needs. What do I need? Now you have a magical compass that tells you, oh, here's what my expectations should be. Very simple. Okay. But with this girl, there's been a definite dating phase. Ooh, what's a dating phase? This is interesting. And I don't know how to go from there to initiating a romantic relationship. Interesting. What's the difference between a dating phase and a romantic relationship, Shy Willie?
There is no difference.
Well, in Paperclip, or in Pillowfort's mind, there's a difference. He's in a dating phase right now, but he wants to get into the romantic relationship.
I don't know.
Big L.
Oh.
Oh.
Yes?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, the difference between a dating phase and a whatchamacallit, relationship phase? I have no clue.
Yeah. Boggles. What's the difference here, bro?
The dating should lead towards a relationship. There should be
DVP. What's up, bro?
There is no difference. He's just delusional.
Yeah, doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. What is a dating phase, Paperclip?
A dating phase is when you take a girl out and you go towards having sex or getting a relationship with her.
So where's the romantic part come in, bro?
From the start.
Yeah, from the very start when I look at you. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I like you. Oh, I want to get to know you. That is the romance part. You're looking in her eyes. You're like, oh, let me just stare into your eyes really strongly. That's the romantic part. You're telling her about yourself. You're trying to find out about her. You're smiling at her. That's the romantic part. There's no separate phase, dating, and then suddenly you jump in the romantic relationship. That is the romantic relationship. Right when you talk to her, when you see her on the street, that is the relationship part. Zenik, when does the relationship start?
It starts the very first time you meet someone.
The very first time you meet someone. That's the start of your relationship. There is no relationship down the road. That is the relationship. The relationship is every time you talk to that person. You will know right at the start how your relationship is, right when you start talking to that person. How's your relationship with Tim Will?
My relationship with Tim Will?
Yes, your relationship with Tim Will.
We've talked before, but it's not.
Why don't you talk to Tim Will right now, and we'll figure out how your relationship is. Oh, Smokey's preparing for this. This seems stressful.
Oh, man. Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Oh, so what do we know about his relationship, Boggles, with Tim Will? It sucks ass! Exactly! He's got a thumbs down. How's your relationship? How's your relationship, Shy Guy, with Super Shy Guy? Shy Willie? How's your relationship with Super Shy Guy?
It's non-existent.
Non-existent.
It's so shy.
Super shy.
I've never met him before, actually.
Right. How can we test that? Well, let's see them talk. Shy Willie, why don't you talk to Super Shy Guy?
What's up, man? What's going on?
What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What do we know about Sup Bro's relationship, DVP? Yeah, there is no relationship. We got what's up, bro, right? We know there's no relationship. Your relationship starts when, Big L?
Oh, the moment you talk to a person.
Yeah, the moment you start talking, that is your relationship right there. And we will know the condition of it as soon as you start talking to the other person. Okie dokie. Alright, so let's get to his EM report here. Okay, here we go. Judging by the way my last date went with this girl, i.e. boring, because I failed to direct the interaction. What's i.e. mean? Boggles?
That is.
Yes, or in other words, same thing. In other words, it was boring because I failed to direct the relationship, or interaction, I should say. I understand that I have given her minimal incentive to see me again, a painful realization, especially considering how much fun I had with her last week playing chess. Woo! So all this week I've been feeling anxious about the state of my relationship with her. So I figured I needed to do something. I wanted to see her again, so I gave her a call yesterday and arranged to see her. Boggles, keep reading.
Okay. She didn't answer her phone? She didn't answer her phone.
Speak up, Boggles, can't hear you. Get closer to your mic or turn up your mic or want something.
She didn't answer her phone. It doesn't worry me because she leaves it off half the time anyway. She always gets back to me, so I left her a message. Hello. Hey, Kelly. It's PF. I was wondering if you want to grab a coffee with me tomorrow around lunch. Let me know. All right, bye.
What's wrong with that, Paperclip?
He's demanding to hang out with her, even though he hasn't given her any positive incentive.
How would you fix this sentence? How would you fix what he said?
Well, I wouldn't ask her to hang out with me yet. I would instead tell her, or I would instead just leave her a message sharing my thoughts and feelings.
I got an idea.
Uh-huh. I'm waiting.
I'll be like, hey, Kelly.
Can't hear you. Speak up.
Hey, Kelly. It's a wonderful day tomorrow, and I miss seeing your pretty blue eyes. I can't wait to see them again, so let's have some coffee tomorrow. So give her some positive incentive.
What's the difference between what Boggle said and what Pillowfort said, Tim Will?
Pillowfort just asked her, I'm just like wondering if he wants to do it. Like he's basically putting the ball in her court. Whereas
Yes.
for Boggles,
That's problem number one. Putting the ball in her court. I was wondering if, hey, do you think it'd be a good idea? Think it'd be a good idea if we have a relationship? What's a better way to state that?
It could be a good.
Big L?
I'm confused.
Oh, well, first of all, it's a passive demand.
Yes.
Like,
What's
I
a
was
better way to
wondering-
state that?
Let's go out let's go out for some coffee sometime.
Yeah, that's good. What's another way you could state that? Shy Willie?
You could say, hey, Kelly, it's PF. I want to have coffee.
Yeah, I want to have coffee with you. I was wondering if, would you like to? Do you think it's a good idea? I want to have coffee with you. I intend to. This is my expectation. I'm stating my expectation. Okay, so we covered problem number one. What's the other problem?
Well, I'm confused about problem number one.
Yes?
I thought you could ask us a question.
You
and say,
can.
I want to grab some coffee.
You can. Is this issue about asking a question or making a statement?
I thought it was.
Well, you thought wrong. What is the issue here we are covering? Is it whether we can make a statement or a question, Zenik?
No, it's about whether he's providing positive incentive for her to meet his demands or not.
No. Not in this
Whether or
case.
not he's stating clearly.
Wait, DBP, speak up. Speak up.
It's about whether or not he stated his expectation clearly.
It's about whether or not he's stating his expectation clearly. Did you hear that? Paperclip?
So he's not stating his expectation clearly because he's saying, I was wondering?
Well, you tell me.
He's not really stating like an expectation.
When we're doing EM reports and we're covering them, what are the hardest places to figure out where people are stating expectations? Academic one?
When they use this kind of language, because he's not saying what he wants. He's like pussyfooting around.
What kind of
around
language?
wondering.
What are you talking about? What type of language are you referring to? That's too vague.
He's being indirect. He's
Meaning
pussyfooting
what? What is he
around.
doing? How do we figure out he's being indirect? What lets us know
'Cause
that?
he's saying, I was wondering if, instead of saying...
Which is called a what?
I have no clue.
I'm going to give you a clue. You ready?
Yep.
I'm going to make two statements of my expectations. I'm going to give you an EM report quiz. Ready? Ready?
Yep.
Academic one. I want to go get hamburgers with you. That's statement number one. Here comes statement number two. Hey, bro. I was wondering if you're hungry. Okay, what's the difference?
The first one's direct, and the second one...
What's the
Like,
difference?
you're basically asking me. I guess one's dysfunctional.
Zenik, what's the difference?
One lets me know exactly what you want to do, and the other one just implies.
Right? So what's the difference in the structure? I'm talking about structure here. We can usually identify something.
Well, one's a question, one isn't.
Yeah, one's a question. That's a pretty big clue right there. Are you allowed to ask a question? Because that's Paperclip's question. Are you allowed to ask a question?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is the point to make a statement versus a question?
No.
No.
What is the point, Tim Will?
The point is whether the expectation is direct or
Yes. Whether it's direct or not.
Like,
I just don't understand how adding I was wondering if could make such a huge difference when asking a question.
Well, is it about the semantics of saying I'm wondering if?
wondering if makes it so vague.
And he's not
What is the
stating it.
point? What is?
He's
Why
not
are we?
stating
Why are
his
we? Why are we harping on the fact that he's asking a question when we already acknowledge that it's okay to ask a question? Why are we harping on this fact?
Because he's not stating it. He's basically saying, hey.
Well, he could ask a question, but why are we harping on the fact that he's?
Well, we know from the way Pillowfort interacts with chicks, he doesn't have us. It's not like he's like, hey, do you like coffee? If so, let's meet up at 3 p.m.
Right, exactly. So did you hear what Boggle said? We already know Pillowfort is directionless, so that's going to show in the way he handles the interaction. There's going to be a lot of questions. It's going to be indicative of Pillowfort. It's not that, you can't ask a question. I ask questions. I ask you questions in class. Does this indicate I don't know what I'm doing because I'm asking you a question?
No.
There's a distinct
The
difference.
underlying
Yes,
attitude.
hold on. Tim will.
Actually, I do have. Would it be better if he just said, "Hey, I'm going to grab coffee tomorrow. Would you like to join me?"
Could he ask it that way?
Yeah.
Yes.
So are we talking about what's the best way to ask?
No.
Let's talk to Boggles because Boggles has the answer.
We're talking about the underlying attitude that Pillow, portrays in every interaction.
Did everybody catch that? Could Boggles, can you repeat that?
We're talking about the underlying attitude of Pillow where he's like not direct with his expectations. That is the problem that we're trying to expose.
Yes. Do you understand that paperclip? We're not talking about the semantics of how he's phrasing his question exactly or whether a question is being direct or not. That is not the issue here at hand. It is indicative of the issue, but is not the issue.
Okay. So let's say if I was somebody who gave direct expectations and I said that following sentence, then it would be okay because my underlying attitude shows that I'm direct with my
Well,
expectations.
Boggles is going to demonstrate how to ask a question, but he's going to have direction with it.
Hey, Kelly, it's me, Boggles. Hey, do you like coffee? Hey, if so, we should meet up at like 4 p.m. tomorrow. I can't wait to see you. So miss you, baby.
What's the difference now? Boggles asked the question. Paperclip?
Misdirection.
Paperclip. Boggles asked the question.
I mean, he was more descriptive with what he wanted to do.
He was more descriptive?
Yes, and he told her at what time and...
He stated when he wanted her there.
Yeah, he's direct with his expectation. Even though he asked the question, might be considered indirect in itself, but he's pretty much on point with what he wants to do. So him asking a question or not isn't relevant. It's relevant in Pillowfort's case because his question implies he has no direction and he doesn't know what he's doing. He's trying to figure out, hey, is this okay to do? Is this okay to have this expectation?
He's asking the girl permission. Hey,
He's asking permission where it's in Boggle's mind. It's already established he wants to go on he wants to have a relationship with her. He's going, let's get this going. His point for the question is, let's start meeting my expectation. Okay, so we covered that first part. I was wondering what's the other thing that Boggles did differently that Pillowfort didn't do?
He gave her incentive. He talked about how much he missed her.
Yeah.
He stimulated her.
He stimulated her.
He made the expectation attractive.
He's giving her a reason to meet the expectation. He's making a demand and saying, here's why you should meet the demand. Pillowfort's saying, buy this car. Boggles is saying, this is the best car you'll ever drive. It's got the best gas mileage. You look slick driving it. You're going to look awesome. You're going to love this car. You're not going to regret this purchase. It's going to be a great investment. Buy this car. Are they saying the same thing, Shy Guy? Super Shy Guy?
No, Boggles is going to close the deal.
Yeah, why?
Because he's providing incentive. He's giving them a reason to buy the car.
Yeah, he's giving him a reason to meet his demand. Pillowfort's just putting his demand there in a very passive way, but he has no he's giving no incentive to meet the demand.
Right.
And we'll see what happens when you do this. But this time, she didn't get back to me. Lunchtime came and went, and I never heard from her. This isn't a good sign. No, it is clearly not a good sign.
You sound like Ned Flanders or something.
So now I'm stuck. On one hand, repeatedly calling her automatically puts her on a pedestal and clearly sends her the message that I value her expectations more. But on the other hand, my expectations of seeing her and that she gets back to me have been violated, and I feel anger and sadness. Because I initiated this relationship, I care about where it goes, and I don't want to just leave it at this. I can acknowledge that because I failed to assert sufficient authority over this interaction, she had minimal incentive to meet my expectations. It's a painful moment like this when I realize I have probably lost this girl's interest due to my inability to direct this relationship. Yes, what parts has he failed to direct? Well, like, what things specifically has he failed to direct this relationship? Because it's too vague to say he failed to direct it. That implies too much. Where has he failed? Tim Will? Well, what?
But besides the fact that he failed. Well, one, he failed to give her an incentive. He failed to state his expectations clearly.
So wait, is that one or is that two?
That's two.
So he did. So name them again.
One, he didn't give her a good enough incentive to meet him. Number two, he didn't state his expectations clearly enough.
Okay, so he's not clear with his expectations, which means what about him?
He has absolutely no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, he has no idea where he's going, so he's not clear with his expectations. If you're not clear with your expectations, that usually means what, Zenik?
It usually means you have no idea where you're going.
Yeah.
And you don't know what you're doing.
You don't know what you're doing, so that's why you're unclear with your expectations. A lot of times guys say, oh, I'm talking, I don't know what to expect here. That usually means they don't know where they're going. They don't know what their needs are. They must ask themselves, what are my needs? This is where my expectations are. They're hidden in my needs. Okay, so that's number one, problem number one. Problem number two is, what did he just mention was problem number two? Shy Willie?
He's not stimulating her enough and giving her positive incentive to meet his expectations.
Yeah, he's not stimulating her. Why should she meet this need? Why should she go in that direction? You need to stimulate her. Just telling her, hey, I want to get coffee, let's meet up. Not very stimulating. He needs to justify his expectation a little, right? We talk about inappropriate justification. He needs to add some justification to meet his expectation. This would be appropriate here. I want to meet you for coffee because, you should because, I like you, I want to see you, your gorgeous eyes, I was thinking about you, etc. These are justifications to meet the expectation. Incentive, talking about your personal reactions. When I saw you on the date, I was thrilled. We had such a fun time. I loved it when you moved the chess piece over there and it was the wrong move and you look like a little retard, so I punched you in the face, right? Etc.
Shy and cute.
Yeah, etc. Okay. Let's see here. Do we got another report? I thought we had one more report here. Ah, here we go. I was up at the front of a busy, here's a good report. This is a good report. I like this one. I was up at the front of a busy bar last night, and when I had ordered my drinks, I stayed at the bar with my friends when suddenly some girl comes up by my side. Girl, alright, you got your drinks. Now move away from the bar. Punishing me with a demanding bitch attitude. Pillow. When you say that in a more polite manner, I will regard you with further attention. So Frodo speaks. When thou dost say in a politest manner, I will regard you with further attention. Stating expectation. Okay, then he punishes her by turning his back on her, ignoring her. With or without authority. Zenik?
I would say with authority because she's trying to get him. She's trying to get his attention.
Yeah, she needs his attention for some reason, so this is with authority. Good call there. Girl taps me on the shoulder. Excuse me, can you please move your sexy self away from the bar so that me and my friends can order drinks? Rewarding me by meeting my expectation, but also punishing me with a slightly sarcastic attitude. Is she rewarding him by meeting his expectation?
No. She violated it.
What's his expectation?
To be exceeded.
He wants her to be polite.
Yeah.
But
So she's not meeting his expectation.
Yeah, she's talking with a little sarcasm.
So rewarding me by meeting my expectation, not appropriate. Even he says here, she did it in a sarcastic attitude. Obviously, that's violating his expectation, so it is not meeting his expectation. Meeting your expectation 90% is not meeting your expectation. Pillow. Well, that is much better, but I detect a little sarcasm in your voice, and I really don't like it.
I detect a little sarcasm.
wow.
Punishing her with rejection and turning my back on her, ignoring her. Girl pulls me on the shoulder. There's no sarcasm in my voice. Punishing me with disagreement.
No.
What's that?
No.
What?
It's not there.
DVP says to involve the cops. Do you agree or disagree, Tim Well?
No.
No.
Disagree.
Let's not get thrown agree. Let's not get thrown out right now. Okay, let's just see.
For one thing, she's actually explaining herself now.
Well, one thing tells me I would try to bang this chick because she said, please move your sexy self. As soon as she called me sexy, I'd be like, it's on like Sean John. So now it's just a matter of managing expectations here. Okay, girl. There's no sarcasm in my voice. What do we know here at this point? Boggles? She said there's no sarcasm in my voice.
She's trying to meet his expectations.
Yeah, good sign. Pillow, say it without sarcasm. Girl, excuse me, can you please move your sexy self away from the bar so me and my friends can order drinks? That would be really great. Rewarding me with a pleasant new attitude and a nice smile. Now that was really sweet and elegant. I like it when you act like that. That new attitude of yours is feminine and attractive. So now I'm going to listen to you. I'll move away from the bar. Rewarding her with praise and meeting her expectation. What's wrong with that?
We don't care about meeting her expectations.
Yes, we care about meeting our expectation. The point of rewarding her with praise is not so she can get her expectation met. What's the point of rewarding her with praise? Paperclip?
To meet our expectations.
What's the point of rewarding her with praise, Tim Will?
Because she met our expectations.
Yes. So what is the point of rewarding her with praise, DBP?
To encourage the good behavior, to solidify it.
Yeah, to encourage her to do it again.
Yeah.
To repeat that behavior. Okay, I couldn't believe it. One minute she is an obnoxious bitch. The next minute, the sweetest girl with a beautiful smile to go with it. It was like I was reading something straight out of the ebook. And it completely surprised me to see this in real life. It was bizarre and a new experience. By the end of it, she was leaning into me, holding my hand, like she wanted to introduce herself. And I did absolutely nothing because I was paralyzed with fear. I have never been here before, so I had no idea what to do next, what to expect next. Interesting theme we're seeing here. I had never been here before, so I had no idea what to expect next. I had never been here before, so I had no idea what to expect next. I did nothing. I just left it at that. I didn't know what to do next. Okay. He didn't know what to do next. Let's say he had no girl experience. How could he get experience for this relationship without talking to girls? How could he get experience for what to do here, academic 1, without having to talk to girls?
By reading other people's reports.
So just by reading, you think he could get experience. Okay. Super shy guy. Without talking to girls, how could he get experience for talking to girls or for this situation here? What could he do?
He could go to class.
He could go to class.
Come to class.
Coming to class. Okay, we're getting closer. Paperclip. Without having experience talking to this girl in a bar, how could he prepare himself for an experience with other people?
She could build friendships with fellow classmates.
Yeah, he could fucking talk to people in the academy. He could practice building relationships with people in the academy. What? But you're guys here. You're not chicks. How's that going to help, Paperclip?
If he can build friendships with men, then he can build relationships with women.
How so? How does that translate?
Because in order to build a friendship, you need to have expectations, you need to enforce them, and at the same time, you need to be able to provide positive incentive to the other.
Yeah, it's the exact same fucking thing. You just add tits and a vagina to the equation. It's the exact same thing. How are Pillowfort's relationships with his students at the academy? DBP, take a guess.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. How are your relationships with students at the academy?
Pretty terrible.
Pretty terrible. So
Yeah.
we see a common theme here. People having trouble talking to chicks. And people likewise having trouble with their fellow students forming relationships. Does anybody see a common theme here?
Yep, every podcast.
Every fucking podcast.
Every podcast.
Same fucking thing.
Different day.
What I need to do is record my voice on a podcast and just play it back to you on this class, so I don't have to fucking waste my time here in this podcast. I feel like I'm wasting my time saying the same thing over and over and over again. What's the best way to learn social interaction, Big L?
By talking to your fellow Manhood Academy bros.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. That's the only answer.
Easier said than done.
Yeah, easier said than done. Very difficult for you to talk to. Big L, Zenik, Tim Will, DBP, Academic 1.
You didn't
Super
say
shy
I met
guy.
up with Shy Billy. I'll hang out for a little bit, then I'm like, what the fuck do I do with this guy?
Yeah, what the fuck do you do with this guy? That's the same reason you're asking, what the fuck do I do with this girl? What do I do with this girl? Do I just play chess with her?
Well,
What
with
do
the girl,
I
I know I
do?
have to go to the vagina with Shy Billy.
He has no vagina. What do you do, bro? It's shocking now. It's mysterious. Shy Willie's got no vagina, so now all the tables are turned. You have no idea what to do.
Oh my god, I don't have a vagina.
No vagina, no relationship. Oh. How are my relationships with you?
You and me?
We have a forced relationship in class. How are my relationships with you guys?
It's all
Compared
right.
to your relationships with other students. How are my relationships with you compared to your relationships with other students? I'm forced to be here. I'm forced to talk to you. How are my relationships compared to with your relationships with other students? Academic 1.
Bob, answer that.
They're more involved. There's more interaction on a regular basis.
They're more involved. Okay.
I think
Paperclip?
They're all bad.
I didn't understand your question.
Yeah.
TVP. How
They're
are...
better because
Oh, say it. Go ahead.
they're better because you're leading. You know what you're doing. You see us regularly. You have class regularly, so you talk to us regularly.
Yeah, but he doesn't know but Boggles doesn't know what to do with Shy Willy because he doesn't have a vagina. I mean, where am I leading? What am I doing?
You're creating. You have a direction. You know what
I have a direction. So we know some ebook words. Tim Will, what am I doing? So different than Boggles and Shy Willy. He doesn't know what to do, bro. He doesn't know what to do, bro.
Yeah. You have a specific direction and a roadmap of how to get there.
Okay, that's an awesome ebook explanation. Zenik, can you give me an English explanation? What's going on here, bro, in this class, bro?
I would say that your relationships with us are much better because you know exactly where you're going.
Yeah,
You
we've
know
established that ebook explanation already. Can you make it more simple for Manhood Academy students who don't understand the ebook anyway?
Or in layman's terms.
Yeah, layman's terms.
I don't know.
Because Boggle says Shy Willy doesn't have a vagina, so he can't form a relationship because he doesn't know what he's doing. But somehow I have direction, and I know where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
So somehow I'm having a better relationship with you guys, supposedly.
I think I have some idea.
Oh, you have some idea.
Well, ideally, I want to like hang out with Shy Willy, share some jokes, have fun time. But I know he won't be able to do it, and I don't know if I can do it.
Oh. So because you can't hang out, you have a bad relationship with Shy Willy.
No, I can hang out. It's my ability to have a fun time with him. I think is not there. That's what.
You don't have the ability to have a fun time with him.
Yes.
DBP?
You know how to manage your expectations with the students to make it fun with us, or how to make it enjoyable, so it's not completely painful.
Yeah, that's vague. Paper.
Oh, I thought that was in the right direction.
Yeah, it is, but it's all vague. It doesn't mean anything to me.
You're
What,
meeting our
you
needs
guys manage my expectations. What the fuck does that mean?
Well, that means that
You're managing your expectations to make it fun. Like it could be boring, but you can try to make it fun and educational. Whereas I don't know.
I just fun for that, so I just fucking juggle. Oh, look, I'm a clown. Woo, it's fun. Look, you're looking at fun things. Woo, it's fun. Woo.
If you don't like if a student's super shy, you tell them to speak up, or you make them read, or you do something. You manage your expectations with them. You make them meet yours.
So I'm making Zenik read just so he can read better when he goes to school.
You're meeting our needs by teaching us how to socialize with others.
It's a teacher-student relationship, and you have the authority in the class because you're the professor, and you understand these principles, and you're teaching us step by step how to really put all this stuff in practice and not.
We already answered this question way back in a podcast a long time ago. How will we know you're graduated? This is part of the answer.
When you want to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, now we have a first common sense answer ever in the history of Manhood Academy. Could you repeat that, please, for the other retards in class who are giving these astrophysicist answers? Tim Will?
When you actually want to hang out with us.
Oh, so what's that mean then? Can we backwards engineer this thing now? Why would I even fucking want to hang out with you?
To have fun.
Girls just wanna have fun. Woo! Girls just wanna have fun. Remind me never to go to you, Boggles, when I want an explanation. When I just want to hear general terms. Can anybody figure out why we're even here? We're just here to stare at each other, right? Just hanging out. Oh, to meet our needs! Awesome! Woo! To meet our needs! Class is over! To meet our needs! Woo!
Dude, I said that 10 minutes ago.
That's the wrong answer 10 minutes ago!
So to get your social needs met, I don't see.
To get our social needs met, woo!
That's the only reason why I hang out with other people.
Well, it sounds like we have some homework to think about the question. What are we here for? We're just to look at each other and get our needs met, right? And just say ebook terms out loud. And hope we get the right answer. Hope we get a high five. Hopefully you guys will ponder this answer. Maybe you guys will be able to talk to each other about this answer. One day we'll figure it out. Why are we here? What are we talking to each other for? Why am I talking? Just to hear myself talk, right? Just to learn cool things about the world. Just to learn about the periodic table. We learn some new things. Learn some math equations. Learn some social tricks. And then we just go on our merry way. Right, Zenik? You're just in class just to hang out, kill some time between mowing the lawn and doing your laundry. Then just take off, right, bro? Later, bro.
To form friendships and relationships.
Oh, cool. Form friendships and relationships. But since we don't know how to do it, that's meaningless. Form friendships and relationships. Form Voltron. What the fuck does that mean? Everybody gives these disjointed answers that mean nothing.
Become good buddies. I don't know what else to say. I'm running out.
If we could just make this into a simple, some student will one day write just a simple explanation.
Well, we don't know what answer you're looking for.
I'm looking for the right answer, baby.
I'm making every attempt to get there.
Like if I was having a relationship with a girl, I'd think like, I want to talk to you because I like you. You're cute. I want to fuck you. I want to get in a relationship with you. Feel special. I want to have that companionship with you. And we just go do things and hang out together. So that's what I want to do with you. That's my simple explanation. So now if I could apply that to a bro, it would all be self-explanatory what I needed to do.
I want to.
It would just be so simple. So everybody that's having confusion, everybody that's so confused does not understand the ebook, does not understand what they're doing. There should be no confusion.
You want to have somebody that you can talk to.
It should be, you should know what the problem is for you speaking to another student, or why you can't speak to another student. It should be something you should be able to solve towards. Like, if you're trying to get 30 push-ups, your goal is to get 30 push-ups, you should realize, okay, I'm not strong enough to do 30 push-ups right now, so I need to do 5 push-ups every day, and so eventually by the end of the year I'll be able to do 30 push-ups. It should be that simple. You should realize, here's the problem, here's how to solve it. But in Bogler's mind, it's always, I don't know what the fuck to do with Shy Willie, so it's the end of, game over, man, game over.
But we're here to train so that we can form relationships.
Oh.
I need to develop some bro game.
Oh.
Yeah, we're here to practice with the bros so we can.
But Bogler says, I don't know what to practice. I just stare at Shy Willie, he stares at me, and then it's over, bro. It's game over, man. No relationship. I can't talk to him anymore. That's it, bro. It's over. It's done. Fuck it.
We can work on our dating profile.
We work on our dating profiles. That'll solve. Woo! Fucking Boggles. Academic one. Do you have any solutions, or we just call it quits? Academy over, man. You have any suggestions, academic one?
I think you have to learn to enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
We need to learn to enjoy each other's company. What an awesome non-answer. Zenik, you got any solutions, bro? Any solutions, bro? Should we just learn to enjoy each other's company? I just sit here, I'm learning. Oh, this is awesome. I'm learning to enjoy you, Zenik. This is working out. Why don't I still want to hang out with you, Zenik? Huh?
I don't know.
I don't know either, bro. I don't know. It's a mystery.
We need to do some common activities while having fun. While
Common activities
sharing
and
our
having
thoughts and
fun.
feelings.
Sharing thoughts and feelings.
Well, that's what I did with A-Team. When he came down here, we went skiing and we were like talking, trying to pick up chicks. So we're like doing common activities.
Well, Shy Willie's here. You're
He's
daunted.
too shy.
Too shy. Oh, well, fuck Shy Willie. What about Tim Will? Maybe Tim Will. There's some hope with Tim Will, huh?
I think I have more hope with Shy Willie.
Oh, more hope. Tim Will is even more worthless. Forget that. Yeah, give him that finger. He hasn't. That's why he's the worst student at Manhood Academy. After 4 years, hasn't learned a goddamn thing here. You should be moving forward in this academy. Your understanding should be moving forward. If you still don't know what the fuck you're doing, or you at least, if you don't know why you can't talk to somebody, you're in trouble. Because if you don't know why you can't talk to Zenik, you don't know why you can't talk to John Smith on the street. You don't know why you can't talk to this hot chick over here. It's the same exact reason. The same exact answer.
You don't know what your needs are. No, that's not it. No.
Paperclip, how's your relationship with Tim Will?
It's bad.
How would you fix it?
By talking to him.
Just talk.
By getting to know him.
Just get to know him.
Tom, why don't you just give us the answer and make fast forward the passes?
No. I'm never giving you the answer. You're going to be in the academy forever.
Okay.
You'll never get the answer. I will never release it. I will burn all the podcasts. I'll burn down every single section of the forum. There will be nothing for you to latch onto. I will delete the ebook. That's it. Big L, what's up?
Despite my, fuck it. Okay, what I want to say is that the reason why we're all a bunch of pussies who can't really talk to John Smith across the street is because we're a bunch of neurotic pussies.
Well, we got that part. We're trying to cure that.
Give us the antidote.
See, now I'm thinking since we don't know how to get our needs met by building relationships, we don't know what it's like to even have that need met. So it's like we don't know what direction to go in because we've never
No
really had
direction
that
to go
need.
in.
It's like when you're hungry and you don't have anything to eat. You don't know what it's like to eat.
Well,
like if you're
obviously,
in Africa, right?
obviously, I already gave you your expectation at the academy. What's your expectation at the academy?
Form relationships with bros.
To become competent, socially competent.
No. What's your expectation at the academy that Bogler just said?
Oh.
super shy guy.
I don't remember.
I'm thinking you should write a section in the ebook, How to Make Friends with a Bro.
How to make friends. I think I should make a section in the ebook called "Read the ebook 300,000 times." Boggles. What's your expectation at the academy?
To form a relationship with my fellow bros.
How are you doing on that?
Really, really bad.
Why? Why?
I first of all don't know how to do it properly.
You don't know how to do it. Okay. So how the fuck are you gonna talk to a girl? Why are we even talking about talking to girls?
Because I want vagina.
Well, so you realize one need, but not the other need. Okay. Anybody have a plan for how we're gonna do it? DBP?
Reclaim your authority.
Oh, awesome answer. Save that for another class that I don't care about. Zenik, how are we gonna do it, bro? What's your expectation at the academy, Zenik?
My expectation at the academy is to learn how to socialize.
That's such a vague expectation. What's your expectation at the academy, Zenik? I just gave it to you.
To form relationships with the people at the academy.
To form relationships with the other people at the academy? What's your expectation at the academy, Zenik?
I don't know.
I just gave it to you.
Specific.
I just gave it to you. And you just said it, sorta.
Sorta, my expectation is to form relationships with the people at the academy.
So how are you going to meet that expectation?
I don't know.
You don't know. DVP.
Your expectations is to figure out what your expectations are.
No, wrong.
Damn it.
Paperclip, what's your expectation at the academy?
My expectation is to form a relationship with my fellow classmates.
How are you going to do that?
I'm going to do that by managing my expectations and managing my expectations, sharing my thoughts and feelings, and then learning about the person I'm trying to be friends with by asking him what his thoughts and feelings are.
How are you doing on reaching that goal, that expectation?
I'm improving slowly. I'm slowly improving.
So it's slowly improving with Tim Will?
Yeah.
It is?
Yes.
Tim Will, would you agree? Is it slowly improving Paperclip?
Yes.
Oh, so you guys are in agreement. Oh, you guys do talk then. When do you guys talk?
Lab.
Oh, in the lab. So it is going forward.
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Well, you're on the way there. At least you're on schedule to meet your expectation. What about with Super Shy Guy? Paperclip?
No, I have no. Well, what's this? No, I don't.
No? You're not sure? Yeah, we
No.
can check. You want to talk to Super Shy Guy right now?
No.
No? I think we just checked. We did a mic check. Mic check was off. How are you going to meet your expectation with Super Shy Guy?
By sharing my thoughts and feelings with him.
Yeah, but you don't even have the expectation. That's my point. You have an expectation with Tim Will because it's more convenient. He's in class. Your expectation's wrong. He's not always in the same class with you. You don't even know him. You have no incentive to know him.
So what was your question?
Academic one.
Yeah.
What's your expectation at the academy?
To form relationships with the other students.
How's your relationship with Shy Willie?
Non-existent.
So what are you going to do about it?
Interact with him.
Really? How so?
Talk to him on the forum and in chat.
How's your talk to him on the forum and talking to him in chat going?
Hasn't happened yet.
Tim Will, what's your expectation at the academy?
To form relationships with every student at the academy.
So we have a very good expectation. How's your relationship with Super Shy Guy?
Non-existent.
What are you gonna do about it? Nothing.
Talk to
You're gonna do what?
Talk to him after class. Share my thoughts and feelings.
Have you talked to him after class?
No.
So that's not a real fucking expectation. That's a pipe dream. A lot of you guys don't have expectations. You just have pipe dreams. You might as well just tell me. My expectation is to become Batman. And I'm going to fight crime. I mean, that would make more sense. I would think you would strive more towards making a superhero cape and fucking fighting some crime out there than you would to make a relationship with one of the students at the academy.
We all want to be relationship superheroes.
Everybody understand the difference between having an expectation that you're working towards and a fucking pipe dream, which is most people have here?
It's realistic.
Oh. Is it realistic to say you want to form relationships with other students at the academy?
No.
Yeah.
No, wait, yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the problem?
You won't do it. You can say it, but...
So what's the problem,
Yeah,
Zenick?
that's why it's not realistic.
Because you're not accountable to anything. Like, okay, yeah, it'll be good if I make friends with all these guys.
Yeah, it's like saying it'd be good if I won lotto. Be good if I got $1 million next week. Be good if I became CEO of Chrysler. All right?
Well, we need to start some relationship accountability program.
Program. We need to start the relationship accountability program, bros.
Are you making any relationships? No.
No.
-5.
There we go.
How do you?
You know what my problem is?
How do you? Let's see. Let me think of something. Anybody ever go to school?
Yeah.
Everybody ever have a test? Anybody ever have a test?
Yes.
Yes.
Did everybody ever want to pass that test?
Yeah.
So did you just dream about passing it?
No, you studied.
No.
Well, you did what? Whoa, you did what?
You studied, you prepared.
Did you just study like 5 minutes before the test?
No.
No.
Consistently, like a week before the test.
Yeah.
Wait, how? So what did you do? What did you
A
do?
week after the lecture.
Okay, so what did you do?
The material.
You just said study material. What did you do?
You
We
read
did
the book,
practice problems. We solved practice problems.
You solved practice problems. Did you solve them all in one day?
No,
No.
time. Every day.
Break
throughout-
it
It was
down.
You broke it up into little sections?
Yes.
So you allotted it? You had like a little
Like
study
smaller-
schedule?
So maybe we should schedule.
Maybe
some
had
relationship-
study groups? So you formed a schedule of how you'd study. You thought you'd study an hour here, you'd study an hour there. You said you'd form a study group. You'd meet up. We'd discuss the problems. We'd read problems up. We had another week before the test. We'd study this part of it. Then we'd study this part of the test. And eventually we were prepared for the test.
Yeah, we need to schedule some relationship time.
So we had a definite plan of action is what you're trying to say. To meet our expectation. To pass the test. We knew what we were going to do to pass the test.
Oh.
So we need
Do you know what you're going to do to form relationships at the academy, Shy Willie? Wish. Cross your fingers.
We should schedule times to talk to each other and get to know each other.
At least. It's pretty sad you guys have to schedule time to talk to each other. I need to say that.
How else would he do it?
Yeah, I think you should do it. I'm just commenting on it.
How about just talking?
How's that working out for you?
Yeah, it's not.
How's just talking working out for you? Why don't you just cross your fingers and say, hey, I hope I pass that test?
How about we talk when we feel like?
How about you just talk when you feel like it?
I don't feel like
We
talking.
can also be replying to each other's expression and expectation posts.
Why don't you just reply when you feel like it?
Yeah, you're right.
Paper? Why don't we just say we reply when we feel like replying?
We should schedule that too.
Paper? Why don't we just say we reply when we just feel like replying? If I feel like making a reply.
Because you cannot do that because you need to work on self-discipline, which means to consistently...
So you're saying all the assholes here have no self-discipline and they have this unrealistic expectation. They have no plan on how to get it met. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I think
You're
we
in
learned.
trouble.
I think we learned something today. Zenick, you think we learned anything today?
Schedule a relationship time, building time.
Zenick, what would you say we learned today, other than Boggles just blurting out things?
We all suck.
We already got that part. We already learned that a long time ago. Zenick, what would you say we learned today?
I don't know.
You don't know. Shy guy, super shy guy. What would you say we learned just now, today?
I would say that we learned about having a direction, like a specific direction, and having a roadmap to get there. But having scheduling things in your scheduling time to actually move in that direction
Versus just crossing your fingers and hoping it happens. Oh,
No,
what? There you go.
We're not taking advantage of our greatest resources,
Yeah.
our fellow bros.
Nice.
Yeah, we already know that.
God damn it.
Academic 1. What did we learn today?
That without a definite plan of action, expectations are more like a pipe dream.
Oh, this guy's fucking brilliant. I like this guy. I'm glad this guy's in class. At least he's paying attention. Could you give that brilliant answer again? Because nobody else could figure it out.
Yeah, without a definite plan of action, our expectations are just like a pipe dream.
Yeah, it's a fucking pipe dream. Exactly. Thank you for paying attention in class. You get the gold star today.
Academic. Quite academic of you.
Put academic on your study group list. He knows what he's talking about. Smart bro. Okay, I think we finished this report. Let's get to some E expression. Here we go. We got a couple minutes. Here we go. Here we go. Click, click, click. Click, click, click. Okay, who should we do that we haven't done yet? Let's go to Willie Gilligan. We haven't seen this guy in a while. Shy Willie. Okay. Oh, what long shirts. This looks like a dress right here.
It's a nightgown.
Nightgown. Looks like a negligee. Looks like sexy nightwear. Okay. This looks like a nice long post. How about this one right here? What's that right here?
I think it's massive.
It's massive. Wow, I didn't know Shy Willie could write this much. Oh, this is still part of the same post? What?
No,
Okay.
that stuff at the top is like replies to Torero
Okay.
and MRF.
Where does it start? Right here? Ah, here we go.
Yeah.
All right. Academic one, you're first. Super Shy Guy second. DVP third.
And so on.
Shy Guy fourth. Big L. Paper. Boggles. Tim Will. Zenik. Me. Go.
I've been a lazy, pothead, smoker, stoner for about 3 years.
Yeah, you have.
I started getting high when I was 15. Almost 16, but I didn't start becoming dependent on it until my first year of college.
Before that, I only smoked it with friends and at parties.
These are the chronicles of a high getter.
Oh, sick. What a sick title. A High Getter. The High Getter Chronicles. Okay, next.
The local hangout spot was this apartment building.
This was where the hardcore stoners lived.
This was where all the hooligans gathered after school
You
to fly weed
hooligans.
and smoke it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we used to go to the underground parking lots and smoke inside the stoner guys' broken down SUV.
We used to smoke it inside, or we used to smoke inside it with the doors closed and all the windows rolled up, so the car would just fill up with smoke.
It was like standing in the middle of a dense fog at night.
Those stoners managed to rig the wiring on a light fixture and use it to power this TV they had inside the car so we could watch TV.
Stoner electricians.
These guys are pretty cool.
Eventually.
Give me 1 sec, hold on. Here we
Go ahead.
Lost my place. Where are we at?
Eventually, our little... Right here. Eventually... Wait, let me click on it.
Eventually, our little stoner group broke up because the guys who lived at the apartment got evicted. And there was also some infighting between them.
Something about one of them ripping someone else off and taking his weed.
Volatile stoner relationships. All right. Unstable stoner relationships. Okay. One of
What?
my
Shy Willie.
I really.
friends.
One of my friends got a medical marijuana card, and I started smoking the really good stuff. The stuff that rappers like Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa always rap about.
Okay. Read it again. One of my friends got a medical marijuana card, and I started smoking the really good stuff. The stuff that rappers like Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa always rap about.
One of my friends got a medical marijuana card, and I started smoking the really good stuff.
I started smoking the really good stuff.
I started smoking the really good stuff.
Keep
The
going.
stuff that rappers like Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa always rap about.
Okay.
It's the stuff that makes you drop on your ass like someone punched you in the face, and you're left dazed and confused.
Getting high was no longer just a social activity with friends. It became a way of life.
It got to the point where I was trying to stay high all day, every day.
The higher I got, the better I felt.
I felt like a balloon that was let loose by its own.
Yeah. The smoke and the THC I inhaled was like helium filling my lungs.
My weightless... Oh, my bad.
Go on.
That's you. Academic one.
My weightless body would lift off the ground, and I would float higher and higher towards the clouds.
So there's a high theme here.
When I was in the clouds, my senses felt heightened.
Like a high.
I felt like I was more aware of everything that was going on around me.
It was an enjoyable feeling because I felt so relaxed.
Nice.
But the effect wore off. It was like the balloon popped, and I came crashing down to Earth.
I felt like I could not function normally in a sober state of mind.
I always felt agitated when I was sober.
It was like being woken up from a pleasant dream.
I just wanted to go back to sleep.
Back to the dream world, where I have all my crazy expectations at Manhood Academy. Where I could fly like a magical unicorn and soar through the clouds without a care in the world. What'd you think, Big L?
Actually, this part's pretty awesome. Like, I can just see that sort of the part where he talks about how he wished he could, like, fly like a unicorn. It just reminds me of, like, the delusional mindset that we all have.
Tim Will.
It's eerily similar to my Vicodin story.
Your what story? Your Vicodin story?
Vicodin story.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, it's like you're high. You just want to float in the clouds, but coming down was just a bitch.
Gotcha. Academic one?
I think he should have said Pegasus instead of unicorn.
Pegasus. Wrong. You're like wrong metaphor, wrong analogy, wrong simile.
Yeah.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's pretty captivating.
Pretty captivating. Super shy guy.
I like this post that I almost felt like I was getting high, just,
Yeah.
like I remembered what it was like to be high as I was reading it.
Getting high reading it. Paperclip.
I thoroughly enjoyed this post because of the descriptive experiences that he was talking about.
Yes.
Especially when he said that he would go with his friends to a broken car and roll up the windows and somehow get the TV working.
Me too. I thought it was like a super short story.
Yeah.
Well thought out, well constructed. I entered into his experience. I felt like I was getting high, the balloon metaphor, everything. The flying horse. All this led me to his experience of what it was like to get high. So it was a very stimulating read. I felt like I was getting high reading it. Boggles.
I like the descriptive writing, like as all you guys said. There was a novelty part too, though.
Novelty where you haven't been high, so it's kind of like a new thing you're reading about.
Well, not just that. The way these guys cleverly they did the TV in the SUV.
Okay.
Through the telephone pole, you think of these stoners doing that. That's pretty funny.
Okay.
And and I like how Willie included himself in the post too. You can say his reactions, like how he felt and stuff. And I'm just thinking, damn, if I hung out with Willie and he just spoke in a little authoritative tone as he told me the story, I'd be having a great time with him. I'm like, damn, this guy's cool.
Yeah, this is the guy you want to hang out with. Guy that writes a post like this is the guy I want to hang out with. And then we see Shy Willie right here. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Exactly. Shy Willie, if Shy Willie could voice these thoughts, these feelings, this is the guy you want to hang out with. Shy Willie, the bro. DBP.
I like this post. I wasn't paying attention to any of the details or anything like that. I was more hooked by the information because I don't know anything about Shy Willie. So it was nice just to see him talk about his life because I know next to nothing about him.
Yes.
Except that he's really shy and he doesn't speak up.
This is the problem with a lot of posts, especially with new guys. They instantly launch into like, oh, this thing happened at the office today, and who the fuck cares about this guy? Because we have no relationship yet with this new guy. So once we get,
I don't have a relationship with him, but it was intriguing just to see his life.
yes, once we get a picture of what their life is like, we step into their life. That draws us into the relationship, the start of the relationship, versus try to make us care about things we don't care about that are peripheral to their who they are as a person. Like they're talking about.
It's like I can hear about his life. I can get to know him without having to deal with his shyness.
Yes.
That's why I like them.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody else I forgot to call on?
You forgot
Zedek.
I thought it was really good. The one paragraph here where he starts saying getting high was no longer a social activity, and then he goes on to be extremely descriptive with how it is and how it feels to be high. Because I've never been high. I've never even been flat out drunk. So this is something that I've never experienced, and the amount of detail that he went in was interesting because it really gave me a good sense of how it feels to be high. So
Yes.
I found it really interesting.
It's awesome
I
entry.
want to try it.
Excellent. Yeah, made me want to get high after reading it. Okay, let's get a new guy Sken. New guy Sken.
He's been pretty chatty in the chat.
He's pretty chatty. Well, let's see how
Chat room, yeah.
let's see how his
Pretty good
expression
for a new
posts look.
Oh, nice. There's his room.
There's his room. All right, hit it. Academic one, hit it.
Academic.
My alarm clock rang at
No,
8:50
today was a big eye opener for me.
Oh, my bad. Today was a big eye opener for me.
Oh, my alarm clock rang at 8:50 a.m. I had an entire day of duties that were adequately planned and scheduled.
I woke up, but I did not feel like standing up to begin my day.
I put my alarm clock away from the bed so that I'm forced to stand up.
I did this, then I dragged my feet to the fucking clock and turned it off.
After that, I'm invaded by this feeling of despair and laziness and decided to skip classes.
So I set the alarm at 11:30 a.m. and then I went back to bed.
I'm just laying there, thinking about why it is not a bad idea to skip classes and how I would make up for it.
I also thought about my short-term future and kept telling myself that everything is going to be fine, that somehow or in some way everything is going to be sorted out. Next.
I stood up around 12 and turned on my computer.
I checked my email, and I'm shocked to find out that my advisor, who is writing a recommendation letter for me, wants to see my grades so he would have something positive to talk about in the letter. This because I'm such a lousy employee that he is really making me a... What?
How long is this fucking sentence?
That he is really making me a huge favor by lying and recommending me. This is terrible.
Needless to say, my grades are awful.
Years and years of justification allowed me to get away with this.
I always hide ugly facts about myself at all costs.
When friends or family asked about my GPA, I lied.
Of course, I had a justification for my shitty grades. I have a justification for everything.
Okay, back to my messy apartment.
I'm in a panic, so I downloaded my transcript and tried to forge the grades on it. Okay, so far, Tim Will, what do you think?
Sounds like he's fucking.
Sounds like he's fucking?
Sounds like I can see into his delusional state of mind. About how, like, fucked up he just is.
Okay.
I can relate to it in a way, but I don't really know the guy, so I have a hard time, like, getting into the experience.
Okay, Mr. fucking Yawner, what'd you think?
Me?
It was...
No, DVP.
I yawn? Okay.
You're making sounds.
Mr.
Mr. Animal Sounds. What did you think?
I thought it was, I can relate to this because I didn't graduate from high school. And even if I didn't, even if I couldn't relate to this, I'd still find it engaging because I'm finding out about him. I've only heard him on the podcast once. I've never met him. So I kind of get that same thing that I had with Willie Gilligan, where I'm enjoying just seeing, even though he's conveying a lot of facts, just seeing him. Seeing things about him I didn't know before.
Academic one.
Yeah, I like how you can see how from the beginning where he doesn't get up on time, and he goes back to bed, how these small things kind of add up to this shitstorm where you're like, oh fuck, how did he get to this?
Okay. Shy Willie.
I can relate to what he's saying, but the grammar was very distracting, so,
You're like, fuck this post.
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Big L.
It was fucking boring. Just seeing the grammar, it already just made me want to just say, okay, fuck this guy. I'm moving on to, the next expression.
So you were done after the grammar. Boggles.
Yeah.
I liked it. There were some parts where he's just describing stuff, but there's also his person. He's talking about some of his problems. And I think the reason I liked it was very relatable. I experienced that, getting up really late and everything's lazy, my room's a mess. And, sometimes I think I'm like the only guy like this. Everybody else is succeeding, becoming doctors and having fun. But then you see, hey, wait, there's other people struggling like this too.
Okay.
So I like that part.
Okay, Paper?
I like this paragraph so far because when I first met Skin, he looked very composed, very calm, very cool.
Yeah.
And I would have never imagined him to be this bad with his time management skills.
Sneaky guy, right?
So it caught me off guard, and I'm enjoying this so far.
Okay. Zenik.
I thought it wasn't bad, certainly for a first post. When I first started reading it, I know see grammar errors too, but there was enough of his person in there to encourage me to keep reading. So I thought it was a pretty decent post, actually.
Yeah, this first paragraph here, as soon as I started reading it, I was like, oh, fuck, he's describing everything. It's like, this better get to something, because he's just talking about a lot of static information. But eventually it ties in to his experience, his personal experience. First paragraph I could do without. I mean, it was okay. It wasn't bad, but it didn't tell me a lot about him. It just kind of got into his mindset. But then it kind of clicked with paragraph number 2 when he starts talking about he's a schemer, he's a conner, he's lying about things, he's trying to forge his GPA. So then it kind of like all adds up. So it seems like paragraph 1 became more necessary as I started to get into paragraph 2. I'm still not sure. Maybe I would change a couple things here and make it a little more personal. But I think for a first entry, it's pretty good. I wouldn't say pretty good. I would say decent for a first entry. That's my opinion. We got time for one last one. Actually, maybe two if we do two real quick ones. Let's try Super Shy Guy. Let's try that kid. Let's see what that kid's doing. The importance of proper form. Oh, what's this? A blank space. Super Shy Guy. Oh, here we go. Is this it? Is this which one? Which one should we do? Which one should we do?
There was one.
Reading Bogler's post about anxiety. Ah, here we go. Nice shorty. Okay, let's go. Below this little dotted line.
Academic.
Reading Bogler's post about anxiety got me thinking about my own situation.
I'm learning that one of my biggest problems are my delusional thoughts.
Uh-huh.
I'm realizing that they make up the majority of the thoughts going on in my head.
These thoughts are what are preventing me from initiating an interaction with others.
They are the reason why I'm not consistent, even if I somehow do manage to make an attempt to express my personal reactions, thoughts.
Every time I interact with someone, I tend to focus so intently on their facial expressions. I concentrate so much on them and what they might be thinking.
Yeah, there's a period needs to belong right after expressions, period. I concentrate so much on them and what they might be thinking. Okay, go ahead.
My delusional thoughts kick in and exaggerate the entire situation, making it more stressful for me.
Next.
Zenek,
Zenek, wake up, unmute.
Okay, my delusion is double-sided.
On the one hand, it makes me think that I can take on anything and be a socially competent man.
It tells me that my work here at the academy is done.
On the other hand, my delusional thoughts feel like a burden when I'm actually interacting with people.
Almost like a heavyweight, keeping my thoughts and reactions down and preventing me from being able to listen to myself and express my reaction in a candid way.
I have to let these thoughts go.
I can no longer listen to them.
Yo!
That's a problem, though.
These thoughts themselves are technically candid.
But they don't bring pleasure to anyone.
Fuck, I'm confused. Okay, Zenek.
I thought it was good. It's kind of a short and sweet post. I remember reading this one a few days ago. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, though. It's just short and sweet. I enjoyed reading it. It gave me insight into Shy Guy's mind.
Okay.
That's that.
Miguel?
I especially loved the simile, almost like a heavyweight keeping my thoughts down. It just gave me that image of Shy Guy just wrestling his personal thoughts.
Okay. Boggles?
I like this post. I liked how he's opening up, how, after, my reading my post provoked him, and where he's opening up with his thoughts, like, the same thing, like, this common problems, like, a lot of times they think we're alone, but then we have these common problems. I like seeing that. And also, like, when I see Super Shy on the podcast, he speaks in an authoritative tone, but he's very closed off. It's nice to read this podcast.
Yes, you see, like, he's very stern. He's got a very authoritative tone, but, like, his post is, like, a big contrast to that.
Exactly, and I like seeing the side of his person.
Okay. Tim Will?
I mean, I could see where it's coming from. I didn't really enjoy it as much as the others. But it gave me insight into, like, what he's, like, thinking and how deluded he is.
Okay. Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
That's it.
Okay. DBP?
This post, I liked it overall, but it took a little bit. Like the first paragraph when he's talking about these delusional thoughts, I was thinking the entire time, what delusional thoughts? What are these thoughts you're talking about?
Yeah, general. I hate these vague things or like, I have problems or this is bad. It's so general for me. It's hard for me to be
that's
interested.
That's what I hated about the first paragraph. The second paragraph, he said, every time I interact with someone, I tend to focus so intently on their facial
Yeah,
expression.
that to me is
And
interesting.
I'm like, dude, I do that too. I thought I was the only one who did that.
Yeah,
That's when it really drew me in. And
Okay.
then,
So being specific is good.
Yeah, my delusion is like on the second paragraph, my delusion is double-sided. On the one hand, it makes me think that I can take on anything and be a socially confident man. And then he goes on to the next paragraph saying that this wasn't so much stimulating me because it was his experience, it was stimulating to me because it was insightful and thoughtful.
Okay.
This was just him conveying information. He was conveying knowledge here. So
Okay,
that's why I
got
was
it. So you got stimulated by the knowledge. Okay. Academic 1.
Yeah, I like the second paragraph in particular because it kind of, I don't know, it made me imagine him looking at someone and their face getting all warped and he's just like getting really nervous.
Okay. Care Bear. Mr. Care Bear.
Overall, there was very little. Yes, hello.
Yes.
Hello?
Hello. Go ahead.
Yeah. So overall, there was very little interest on my side to care. But I think academic one.
So you weren't a caring bear.
I agree with the academic one. In the second paragraph, the first line, I was also thinking about him interacting with someone and focusing on their facial expression.
Right.
So it was kind of creepy to me that I'm talking with someone and that guy is focusing on my facial expression. That was where I really got an image.
Okay.
But the rest of it was, I was sleeping.
You're sleeping through the rest of it, okay?
I mean, the third one doesn't even make sense. I mean, how is him focusing on another person's facial expression makes his work done at the academy? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Paperclip?
I didn't like this post at all. I was bored by it because he said that one of his biggest problems are his delusional thoughts, but he only gives one example, and that one example is just one sentence worth of, or just one paragraph of 3 sentences worth of, an example of his delusional thoughts.
Right.
So, I just wanted more description. I wanted more details. I wanted him to give me more examples of what these delusional thoughts are.
So too general. He
I
just said the pizza was great. You would say a big case of the pizza is great syndrome.
Sure.
Sure. Okay, we got time for one more. One last one. Let's hit it with one last one. One last
Professor.
one. Yes, sir.
Do I have any turn when the guys are reading?
Do you have what?
Any turn? We
Oh.
read line by line, right?
Yes, you can go right after Paperclip, and then Boggles, you can go after Care Bear.
Okay.
So we'll insert you right there. All right, last one. We're going to go with Concrete. Concrete, baby. Last cleanup batter. Here we go. Cleanup batter. Whoa. We got a long... What is this? Okay, here we go.
It's a list.
Hit it.
Still shit, but getting there.
I guess all relationships start out that way in the beginning phase.
It's just a matter of whether it
Speak
stays
up.
shit.
Can't hear you.
It's just a matter of whether it stays shit or it gets pushed forward.
Interesting.
I feel the weekly charts and labs are bringing us closer together.
The weekly chats and labs are bringing us closer together, okay?
I've developed a new challenge for myself.
Last night, I spent half an hour compiling a list of everyday subjects we encountered throughout our life.
I'm going to write 100 or more words, at least, on every topic.
I'll be able to practice to explore particular angles, convey reactions, opinions, feelings on stuff I might never even have considered.
Here's a sample of my list.
Go read them all. Actually, we'll read one each. We'll read one each. Fast food.
Buses.
Training.
Friends.
Being a foreigner.
Exercise.
Food.
Money.
Careers.
Parties.
Relationships. Men being in charge, girls complaining.
Depression.
Anxiety.
Job.
Moving out.
Rent.
Reactions to stress and failure.
Childhood.
Rain.
Cold weather.
Cock blocking.
Ego.
Traveling.
Snow.
Stories.
Hospitals.
Cars.
Motorcycles.
Transport accidents.
Growing old.
To have or not to have a baby.
Bills.
Oh,
Laundry, public transport, money, death, sleeping. What'd you think, DBP?
I thought it was pretty boring. He's just saying a list of things he wants to react to. It's like you're planning to. To me, I've tried planning expression once before, and to me, it just doesn't work. So for him to plan these things he's going to talk about and explore, I thought it was just dumb.
Academic one?
Yeah, I'm not too captivated by the list. It's kind of boring.
Boggles?
I liked it. I mean, I kind of like Concrete. Him and me, just by chatting, we're like, and to post, have some kind of relationship. And I like these resident scientists. I like guys who try to come up with ideas, try to do new things. And Concrete's one of these guys. And I want to see how he, does with this list. I think Concrete will do something with it.
Okay, Care Bear?
I think he started strong with his first sentence. It got my attention. And later on, I'm not sure what he wants to accomplish with this challenge. That's the missing part.
Okay, or Shy Guy? Shy Willie?
Yeah, the post itself.
Speak up, Shy Willie.
The post itself bored me because it was just him listing a bunch of things, and I didn't really, couldn't really relate. Well, I guess I could relate to it, but it wasn't. It was just a bunch of subjects. He doesn't really describe any of them.
Okay, Tim Will?
I fell asleep.
Fell asleep. Big L?
Pointless post.
Pointless post. Zenik?
I wouldn't say it's a pointless post. I mean, as a post in itself is pretty boring, but I personally think that he might get something good out of this because I often find myself thinking about the difficulty I have when I try and convey my reactions to something that doesn't really affect me in a huge way. Like when I write my expression posts, I generally have been writing about things that have really affected me lately, and so it's very easy for me to embellish on my reactions. But if I'm trying to react to something that seems extremely mundane, it's really hard. So I think him doing this exercise could actually have good benefits.
Okay, Paperclip?
I didn't like it because he was just listing off things he should talk about instead of just talking about it. So instead of him bringing me into his experience with any of those topics, he just told me what he's going to be doing next. And I don't care about what he's doing next, I just want him to express himself.
Okay. I have the same exact criticism as Zenik, in that the post itself was not interesting to me in the least, but the fact that he's using his expression post to get things done or to talk about, or to prepare for things he wants to talk about is great. This is your expression post, or your expression thread. I don't think you guys realize that you have so much more freedom to use it in any way you see fit, to plan for things. It doesn't just have to be simulating entries. This could just be an entry to yourself, a note to yourself, an idea you want to talk about, etc. You should be jotting down all these things. All these things convey something about you. So the fact that you're organizing something or brainstorming about something, you could write that brainstorm down. It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make sense to you. But eventually, yes, we want to have entries that bring the other person into our personal experience. But again, this is your expression thread. You should use it accordingly to prepare things that you want to prepare, to talk about things, even if they have to do with just the schedule accountability group. Say, like, you want to jot down a quick note. It doesn't even have to be, 20 paragraphs. It could be one paragraph. It could be one sentence. It could be a quote you like that you didn't even say. You could just be quoting somebody else. There are so many possibilities with your expression thread that you are not taking advantage of or using it to your full advantage because you are so trapped in this idea that the expression thread must be a well-written, play with 3 acts. It's like everybody views the expression thread as a 5-paragraph essay from high school. It is not that. It is whatever you make it out to be, plus just keep in mind that you need to convey your personal thoughts, personal feelings. So, if you want to use this expression thread to prepare for another thread, to jot down a note, to jot down something you like, that's exactly what it should be. This is your expression thread. If you like the video, just post the video you liked, etc. This is expressing something about your person. It doesn't have to be fully formed. Eventually, you want it to be formed so that it appeals to other people so that when you're sharing it, the other people can appreciate it. But first and foremost, it should appeal to you. If you don't feel you have the freedom just to jot down an idea or a quick sentence, you're missing the point of the expression thread. When you're socially competent, whose expectations will you care about first?
Yours.
Yours. Your expectations matter. They are valid. Thank you guys for another enjoyable episode of Manhood Academy Podcasting. Any last questions or comments? Yes, Big O.
So essentially, our expression posts are primarily used for reactions. However, we can also use them to prepare.
Yes, you can use them for whatever you see fit as long as it pertains to your expression. Something has to do with your expression. Something that affected you. A reaction to something. It doesn't have to be a fully formed, in itself, its own isolated paragraph or its own isolated story. It could just be a reaction to something.
Okay.
This is why I gave the example of the E. E. Cummings poem, which is E. E. Cummings poem. E. E. Cummings, C-M-I-N-G-S poem. Here is an E. E. Cummings poem. These things are miserable to read. He is one of the poets I hate the most, but I like to use them as an example of what is possible in a poem. Oh, another green and white writing. Nope. If. Nope. Well, some of these seem to make too much sense for this example, but he has a poem where he's just writing words that are forming, like a shape or a tree or something, but it doesn't even make sense almost. It's just like I will be here, spring, now, just these senseless terms, but the words on the page are arranged in a shape to convey something. Whoever's ticking their pen, stop ticking it. They're conveyed in a way that is meaningful to him. This is the point of your expression thread. It must be meaningful to you.